labor law for the rank and filer, Staunton and I argue for the idea that workers are most powerful when they're part of member-controlled unions that feature workers themselves as protagonists of social change. So the best way to understand it, I think, unfortunately, is in contrast to the traditional union. In a traditional union, workers delegate the authority to paid representatives, full-time staff, if you want to use the more euphemistic term. Others might call them union bureaucrats. These are people not regularly employed at the workplace who nonetheless are supposedly empowered to represent workers in exchange for a fee, frankly. It's similar, maybe you can think of it like sort of an insurance policy. You know, I pay these people who run this service, and if something goes wrong, they're supposed to help me out. What Staunton and I argue for is something we call Solidarity Unionism, actually a term that he coined, which really is a repudiation of this staff-driven service provider model. It's a unionism which we believe not only is the most effective way to improve wages, improve working conditions, and more importantly, in my view, I think affirm our dignity as workers, but also we think for those of us here, I would imagine the majority of people here who believe in dramatic social change more broadly, we believe this type of unionism is more compatible with that kind of change for many reasons, the most important of which is in a solidarity union, you don't have an unaccountable leadership which can be easily co-opted. And that's what you see again and again with the business unions. You have a sort of a system where union bosses tame the workforce and act as a mediator between the boss and the workers, and more often than not, instead of facilitating militant activity, the union bureaucrats actually stifle it. And in that sense, I would argue, are representing the interests of the bosses and not our interests.